Hard hitter hotline number 25. Chuck P is back on the scene, man. What's up to all the hard hitters out there, man? What's up? Hey, I missed last week, man. Hey, I told y'all why though, man. NBA All-Star weekend, man. I went, man. I had a damn good time, man. Damn good time. Getting home was a bitch, though. Getting home was a bitch because I didn't drive down there, but man, damn good time. Hey, but listen, we had a fight card earlier today. Josh Taylor going up against Jack Catterall in Scotland in Josh Taylor's own backyard. Damn good fight, a great fight. I'm definitely going to have that as a nominee for Fight of the Year on the Chuck P Awards that will be coming out this December. Hey man, I got something really big planned for the hard hitters for that one, man. So I've been working on that, getting that together. But man, I got to talk about this fight, man. Great fight. Jack Catterall, he came in to win. I didn't really know too much about the kid. But when the announcers were saying that this boy came out the Mayweather gym, this English Brit, I was like, oh shit. They said that he was sparring with Floyd Mayweather, man, was giving him some, pretty decent work. I was like, oh man, I don't know shit about him. I got to keep an eye on him. I'm definitely going to watch him in this fight. Man, that motherfucker came in there to win today. Man, he should have gotten the nod. That Jack Catterall should have gotten a nod. But the thing is, I'll tell you why he didn't. He knocked Josh Taylor down in the 8th round, too. Then that referee, man, that referee was fucking terrible. The referee was getting too involved in the fight, taking points away for dumb shit. That referee was fucking terrible. But hey, they different over there across the pond, man. I see those referees do shit like that all the time over there. But the fight was good, man. Jack Catterall should have got the nod, but the thing is, in the championship rounds, he didn't look like the ring general. They having this big debate on Twitter as we speak about the fight. Listen, the fight was in Josh Taylor's backyard. You're not going to win the fight trying not to lose instead of going out to win. He had him on the back foot from rounds 9 to 12. He dominated the championship rounds. But I gotta say, man, what a strong first half Jack Catterall had. I mean, enough to me. I think he should have gotten a nod. But you're not going to win the titles. You know the slogan. They say you got to take the fucking belts from the fucking champion. From rounds 9 through 12, it didn't look like somebody who was trying to take the belts from the champion, in my opinion. Josh Taylor got a split decision victory, and I can understand why, like I said. But great fight, though. The undercard was brutal. That undercard was brutal. It was hard to watch. Eddie Hearn, he went on blast and he had just shitted on Adam Smith's undercard. He said, man, if I put on an undercard like the one Adam Smith did for Kell Brook and Amir Khan, I would have got scolded. But once again, and even Adam Smith had to say when he got interviewed, who the fuck do we have over here? Eddie Hearn left us. He took his whole squad with him damn near. We got to bring up these up and coming tomato cans or bloomers or whatever and put them on the stage like this because we don't have a fucking roster full of stars. He took them all away. So the thing is, man, as far as those undercards over there, it's going to be a long road for Sky to start giving us some good productive fights on the undercard. They all about the main event for now. But Kell Brook, Amir Khan, damn good main event. And this one, man, the Jack Rail and Josh Taylor, damn good fights, man. Sky doing a damn good job as far as the main events are concerned. But Klitschko's and hey man, we got all that shit going on and with Russia and the Ukraine. And Alexander Usyk is from the Ukraine and the Klitschko. And they all just putting out messages just saying to stop this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Stop this fucking war, man. We all need to fucking come together and get off the dumb shit. I'm not going to really talk too much about it, man. I try to keep it boxing, but goddamn, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Now we dealing with all this other here bullshit, man. Hey, I agree with the Klitschko's and Usyk, man. Everybody need to calm the fuck down, man. But hey, You know how that is, man. I ain't gonna really get off into the politics. But let's shift over to the women, though, man. You got Michaela Mayer, man. She'll be back in action April 9th, holding it down for the Godfather. And the Godfather, I mean, hey, he don't give a fuck about the women's division. Not one flying fuck about it. You know, he set up and he said that he has that fucking fight between Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez on the same day as Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor on April 30th. And he was interviewed and they asked him, said, well, Bob, how do you feel about that, about going on at the same time with him? And he said, well, I mean, Oscar and Shakur is a bigger fight. I mean, come on, man. Think about it. At the end of the day, who's going to watch those women? Who's going to watch those women fight? And he got scolded like a motherfucker for saying that. But Bob don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Michaela Mayer will be in action holding it down for him defending her title. Teofimo Lopez, I don't know if I mentioned the last time, but he's with Eddie Reynoso now. And I think that explains the reason why Ryan Garcia left his ass. I think that's the reason why. I mean, him and Teofimo, they ain't on the best of terms. And you know what that shit kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of when Devin Haney was at the Mayweather gym right around the time Tank Davis was getting ready for a fight. I forgot who Tank was getting ready for. I think it probably could have been Leo Santa Cruz. But yeah, Tank was saying, how you gonna train the op, man? We in the same fucking division and you over here giving him pointers and I'm your fighter. I'm under your banner, not Devin Haney. But the thing is, Devin Haney been raised in that fucking gym, man. As a matter of fact, I think Tank has said, fuck it, I'm not even going to train at the Mayweather gym. I'm going back to Baltimore to train. I think that's how it had went down. But yeah, man, Ryan Garcia left Eddie Reynoso. He went over to the Goose, Joe Goosen, and he'll be training him. And I think Ryan said he even going to have his own facility made up and everything, man. He done with Eddie Reynoso. And then I think I did mention this because I talked about how Canelo was getting in his ass. And even he was saying that this boy ain't taking boxing seriously. Yeah, that whole situation definitely reminded me of the whole Devin Haney and Tank. But now check this out. It's a done deal, y'all. Speaking of Canelo will be going against Dimitri Bivol, all right, in May. The deal is done. After that, he will be going up against Gennady Dukin Golovkin. That's right. He will have that fight, the third fight against him. And then after that, he'll be possibly going up against Makabu. He'll possibly be going up to fight Makabu's shitty ass. So listen. I figured Maul wasn't going to get that fight, man. I figured he wasn't going to pick Maul and Benavidez. I kind of figured that, but I do like the Bivol fight. I do. But like I said, I've been saying it before and I will say it again. I'm standing on it. Canelo is going to look like Neo from the fucking Matrix in there with him, man. Look, he packs a hard punch, but he ain't going to be able to catch Canelo, man. He's not going to be able to catch him. Even though he moves a little more than he definitely moves a little more than Beterbiev. But I don't think he has the athleticism, bro. I really don't. I don't think that he will be able to catch Canelo with anything. I think Canelo is going to go to the body, man, and chop him down, man. I think he definitely going to get him with a body shot, man. What's going on, cool, man? What's happening, bro? I think he definitely going to catch him with a body shot. And no disrespect to Beaver. I like Beaver. I like Beterbiev. I love those boys at 175. But they too damn slow for Canelo, man. And we know Canelo ain't even the best on his fucking feet. He got slow feet. But watch how he look against those motherfuckers, man. But hey, looking forward to the fight. I would definitely be covering it. Probably be looking out for a KTFO intro for that one really, really soon. And I got some other things planned for next week that I'll probably be releasing too. So be on the lookout for all of that. Mel and Brian Castano, a fight that I'm definitely covering, but it's looking like it's going to take a little longer because the fight has been postponed due to Brian Castano suffering a bicep injury. Now, we know the Charlos, okay? Jermell Charlo definitely. Oh yeah. You come on, cool man. You already know, bro. I'm gonna be in the lab working on that one, bro. You already know. Canelo's a big draw, man. So the promos are they're just as good as the fight and the hype. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely be in the lab for that. But Jamel Charlo, he says, I'm not buying that bullshit. I've seen this episode before. I've seen this episode before. Remember that motherfucker Tony Harrison? Remember when Jamel Charlo and Tony Harrison was going back and forth in what I believe is probably the best fucking press conferences I've still have seen in this new generation. If you haven't seen the press conferences between Jamel Charlo and Tony Harrison, you got to check them out. I got one of the motherfuckers on my channel. I believe I got it on the Flashback Friday. No. It's on the KTFO exclusives. It's on that playlist. The KTFO exclusive. Man, you got to check out that motherfucking press conferences. But remember when the rematch was about to happen and Tony Harrison pulled out the fight due to the ankle injury? Jamel Charlo was calling his ass out on that. The next time at the press conference, he was like, motherfucker, why the fuck you pull out that fight? Why don't you tell him about that fake ass injury that you got with that ankle? He said, y'all motherfuckers ain't asking him about that fake ass injury, but I know he capping. He said, why don't you show the fucking doctor records, Brian? Why don't you show him, Castano? Because I think you bullshit, and I think you trying to buy more time because that motherfucker isn't ready. He ain't ready, So I mean, interesting, man. I think they're gonna postpone it about another 4 to 6 weeks. So hey, I'll keep y'all posted on the final fight date. So yeah, I was definitely getting Tony Harrison vibes too. When I heard that shit, I said, here we go. If Brian know he ain't ready for him. He know he ain't ready for him. Diddy, what's popping? What's happening, Diddy? But yeah, that motherfucking Mel said he isn't ready. He's not ready for that motherfucker. So hey, I want to talk about Freddie Roach real quick. Freddie Roach, the ex-trainer of retired Pacquiao. He was a trainer for Mark Masayo. Mark Masayo, who just beat Gary Russell for the WBC title. They interviewed Gary Russell, and Gary Russell has said, man, y'all know that fight was some bullshit. He said, man, y'all know I beat that motherfucker with one motherfucking hand tied behind my motherfucking back, man. I was injured like a motherfucker in that fight, man, and still beat that motherfucker with one hand. And I was like, all right, yeah, I can agree. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. He put on a great showing with that one motherfucking hand. He definitely did that. But I just don't think that it was enough, though. I don't think he threw that one hand enough, to win the fight, but a damn good showing. But this is where the cap came in. He said, hey, man, if I was in that motherfucking position, and that shit happened to me, I would have said, hey, man, I ain't win this motherfucking fight, man. Get that belt back to that motherfucking man. Get that belt back to man. I would have grabbed the microphone in front of everybody and said, man, I didn't win this motherfucking fight. Get that. I said, now you're lying. Now you're lying. I was with you for a minute, but then you said that. Now you're capping. Goddamn well, if they announce your motherfucking name, you taking the win and you running with that motherfucker like anybody else. All right, like anybody else. Leave Freddie Roach alone. Hey, yeah, man. I got them Freddie Roach. So yeah, they interviewed Freddie and they said, well, Freddie, what do you think about entertaining that rematch with Mark Masayo, your boy Mark Masayo against Gary Russell? He said, well, and I mean, he looking dead up in the air. That Freddie Roach got that thing going on with his neck. He looking dead up in there. He said, well, I don't want to wait for 2 years. 2 years is too long to wait for a rematch. I don't think he's going to be. I said, listen, man, somebody got to get Freddie Roach. Hey, look, Freddie Roach might need to fucking retire. Hey, listen, I be seeing that motherfucker take hits in that gym, man, from them boys. I said, man, listen, y'all take it easy on Freddie in that motherfucking ring, man. Hey, Freddie getting up there. And I mean, they hitting that goddamn bag hard on Freddie ass too. But he taking it. But he said, man, 2 years is too long to wait for that fucking 2-year fighting motherfucker. He fight every fucking year or every 2 years. We don't have that kind of time to wait for Gary Russell's ass, let alone him having an injury now. We might be waiting up to 3 years. So Freddie Roach, just stating claims on why he don't think that rematch will happen. Definitely not anytime soon. But Keith Thurman, and wait a minute, before I get to Keith, Isaac Cruz, he'll be going up against, Lord have mercy, Lord. And every time when I say his name, I just think about how good that motherfucker used to be at 126, man. But he'll be going up against a wash the fuck up Yoriokas Gamboa. They just picking on Gamboa. They just picking on Gamboa now. Gamboa used to be cold at 126, man. But that motherfucker ain't been the same since he ran across that goddamn Terrence Bud Crawford. Bud took away everything out of Gamboa, man. He really ain't been the same since then, man. He would get wins here and there, man, but it wasn't against no big names. And every single big name he went up against ever since then, he done lost to. And I mean convincingly too. So yeah, it'd be Gamboa getting his ass beat again, getting bullied on again by Isaac Cruz. I like Gamboa though, man. That's the thing. That's the fucked up thing about it. But now let's get to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios. Remember they had that redemption card for $85 motherfucking dollars that they wanted everybody to spend? Well, listen here. How did that pay-per-view do? It did a whopping 50,000 pay-per-view buys. 50,000. Them motherfuckers couldn't crack 100. Some people were telling me that it was 35. It wasn't even 50. 35,000. Now, I don't know about that. I don't know about the 35, but I've definitely been reading everywhere else and hearing from everywhere else that it was definitely 50,000. And that's fucking terrible. That's fucking terrible. But 85 fucking, all those motherfuckers was coming off losses. All those motherfuckers. Who want to pay to see that? And then you charging 85 fucking dollars? They ain't even give you the King Kong price. King Kong shit was $40. 85 fucking dollars. 50,000 whopping pay-per-view buys for Keith one-time Thurman. Or Keith one-loss Thurman, as I like to call him. Now, I want to talk about Canelo once again briefly. So, they're saying that Canelo ducked Jamal Charlo and David Benavidez for a whopping $100 million. $100 million. But you know something, I can understand him going the Bivol route, though. I can understand. He definitely trying to go for undisputed at 175. So what are you going to do? He's going to fight Bivol. Then he's going to fight Golovkin. What I thought that he was going to do, though, after the Golovkin fight, was going to fight fucking the winner between Beterbiev and Joe Smith, because they're going to be fighting. And I think that fight would be in June. I thought everything was aligning right for him to go ahead and then take that fight probably at the end of the year for undisputed. But it's looking like it might change, because now they're talking about him possibly going up against Makabu at the end of the year. But I mean, once again, man, it ain't like he going up against a tomato can. You know, it ain't a cherry pick. Bivol is nice, but I just don't think he got enough to beat Canelo. Now let's talk about Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia has been ordered by the WBO to go up against Janibek for an interim title. I tell you, man, that goddamn Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya is protecting the fuck out of Jaime Munguia. Protecting the fuck out of Jaime. He should have been fought Boo Boo. He should have been fought Demetrius Andrade, but we know how that go, man. Politics. And even Oscar, though, man, you really don't know how to feel about him. They asked him, they said, why hasn't Jaime Munguia had the biggest fights? And Oscar said, you know what? You could blame me for that. You could blame me for that. He said, but I want to see how he looks in this last fight. If he looks really, really good, then I'm gonna let him loose. I'm gonna let him loose, and we're gonna try to get the big fights. Now, we'll see if he actually does that. Jaime Munguia looked all right in this last fight. All right, but they definitely protecting the kid. Frank Warren, old Uncle Frank, wins again. He beats his arch nemesis Eddie Hearn in a purse bid for Boo Boo Andrade and Zach Parker. Eddie Hearn said he only gonna put up the money that he feel he said it's not a big fight. I put up what I think is worth. Well, obviously, it wasn't nowhere near enough as what Frank Warren thought it was. So Frank Warren will be hosting the fight in his backyard. Zach Parker against Boo Boo, man. Looking forward to it. They saying it could be a hard fight for Boo Boo. I don't think so. I told y'all about Liam Williams and that being a tough fight for him, and it was, But I don't think Zach Parker will be a tough one for him. I really don't. I think he'll get past Zach Parker and then be the mandatory for Canelo at 168. But he ain't gonna fight no fucking Demetrius Andrade. He could forget it. So he'll be in the same position at 168 that he was at 160. Let's talk about tonight, man. Tonight we got prime time. Christopher Colbert, prime time on Showtime. Hey, Christopher Colbert, you got to love the arrogance, and that's right. I said it. Goddamn it, this ain't no confidence. This is arrogance coming up out of this black ass motherfucker. Hey, what I love about him though, man. Hey, even though he talked that shit, he all about the community, man, helping out the community. He be spreading awareness, man. I think he got his hair blue this time, man, for awareness for something, But he always have it whether it's breast cancer or whatever is going on. He always spreading awareness about it, man. So he got his hair blue for this one, and he said he dedicating this one to the fans. And the motherfucker should have been fighting for a title. This should have been a fucking title fight, but since his fucking his opponent went down with COVID, the replacement that made it a title eliminator. So yeah, he went down with COVID, and they asked Brian Custer. Shout out to my man Brian Custer, man. He interviewed him and he asked him. He said, "Are you buying the COVID shit?" And Christopher Colbert said, "Yeah, I mean, hey, man, I heard that motherfucker taking it hard, man. I heard that motherfucker really do got COVID and really fucked up over there. So I ain't gonna say he faking, what I'm saying? I hope he can get through it cool so we can have this fucking fight because he can't run from me. He can't run after he get done with all this COVID bullshit and get back healthy. He got to fight me. He can't fucking run. So we'll let him have this one. I want to give a big shout out to Al Heyman, for giving me this fight, because I couldn't have had no fucking fight. He said, at least I'm getting a bag. I'm getting a little money. I got to thank Al for that. But definitely after this shit tonight, I'm getting that motherfucking belt, So Christopher Colbert, he'll be in action tonight. Definitely looking forward to seeing him prime time on Showtime. And another fight, my boy Armand Richard, man, coming up. He'll be fighting tonight at 8 o'clock. Well, the card starts at 8. I think Albert Bell is main eventing. But yeah, on Fight TV, y'all, you can download the app, pay the $25, which is very fucking reasonable. Very fucking reasonable, by the way. All right. $25, man, to check this boy out, man. Man, I've been interviewing Armand. I've been watching Armand and following Armand Richard, man, ever since he was a fucking kid, man. I truly believe he's going to be a world champion. I truly believe he's going to be a fucking unified world champion. And who knows how the competition's looking in the division with the skills I know the boy possesses. He could be a fucking undisputed fucking champion. I got all the faith in the world in Armand Richard, and I will be definitely tuning in tonight, starting at 8 o'clock on Fight TV to see the boy in action tonight. So definitely looking forward to it, man. Definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be a great night of fights tonight. Damn. Oh, shit. And we got a card tomorrow. We got a card early tomorrow, man, from the UK. Eddie Hearn putting on the show for that boy Lawrence Okoli, man, the cruiserweight champion. I like this boy, man. I really do, man. He going that motherfucker. He be beating motherfuckers' asses and he be spitting bars at the same motherfucking time while he doing it. He a UK rapper over there too, man. Spitting bars, dropping mixtapes, all types of goddamn shit. And then he get in the ring and beat some ass in the meantime, in between time. But they keep talking about this guy. He going up against ain't no fucking slouch tomorrow, man. They saying that this motherfucker could possibly beat Lawrence Okoye's black ass. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. He kind of got me intrigued and sold the fight. Eddie Hearn, if he can't do nothing else, he can run his mouth and try to sell a fight. But he definitely got me invested in this motherfucker, man. I want to see if Lawrence Okoye gonna go on out there, take this motherfucker on out, or is that motherfucker gonna lay an egg? Is that black motherfucker gonna go out there and lay an egg and get his ass destroyed by whoever the fuck this is he fighting? Who I don't even know the motherfucking name. So he better go on out there and beat this boy's ass, because I can't tell you shit too much about the opponent. But what I want him to do is I want him to fight the boy Brady's, man, in the unification fight. But Brady's, he's too fucking busy sucking Jake Paul's dick. He went on ahead and got a tattoo trying to impress Jake Paul, saying, pick me, pick me, pick me. I want the big fight. I need a big check. Pick me. And Jake Paul ain't even looking at the motherfucker. And I mean, this is a legitimate fucking champion, a boxing champion. A huge threat in the division. Some call him the boogeyman of the division. And he's too busy sucking Jake Paul's dick and trying to get a fucking fight. I think he's ducking the fuck out of Lawrence Okoye. Hopefully, after Lawrence Okoye gets past whoever this is he's fighting tomorrow, he can go ahead and get that unification fight. So we'll see how it all plays out, man. We will definitely see how it all plays out. But hey, man, if you're checking this shit out, archive, because I definitely got to get ready for Armand Richard, man. I'm not missing a minute of this fight card. This is $26. I believe that's well spent. You know what I'm saying? I think these boys gonna go out there and put on a motherfucking show. And this their first time being on Fight TV too. Man, them motherfuckers about to go out there and lay it all on the motherfucking line. I can't wait to after the fight so I could talk some shit with Armand's ass. But yeah, man, in the meantime, in between time, make sure you check me out on Twitter at ChuckP216. Follow me on there to stay ahead of the game, man. I got some treats coming out next week. Okay. Y'all know how I do it, man. On Friday, man, look out for them. But I might release them earlier. I don't know. So make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure you subscribe to that fucking channel. And make sure you hit all. As far as the notifications as concerned, it's a little icon on that motherfucker after you hit the sub button. It's another little icon. You hit it, it'll drop down and let you know if you want some of the notifications, all of the notifications. Make sure you hit all on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know when I'm dropping that shit. So yeah. What else we got going on? Chuck P Awards Show December. Man, look, my true hard hitters, they already know what I got planned for that show. And we ain't playing no games with this show. This is going to be a very well produced, a very, very entertaining, very, very funny, very, very telling show. I cannot wait for December to put on this fucking Chuck P Award show, man. Motherfuckers are gonna love it. Let's see here. Go ahead and rumble. Yeah, hey man, hey, you already know me, bro. You already know how I get down, man. I'm telling you, but that Chuck P Award show in December, man. I did this shit eons ago. But the budget wasn't right. Chuck P was a little hungry back then. You know what I'm saying? Working with the cards and all that shit. Well, we didn't grow up now. We didn't grow up a little bit now. And y'all just watch how I had this motherfucking show, man. It's gonna be like some shit that you should see on TV. But one thing is for sure, it ain't gonna be rated PG for TV. This is gonna be some raw, uncut shit that your ass will never forget. Believe that shit, all right? So, yeah, man. We got more in store coming from the Ville, man. So just stay tuned, man. From the Ville to the real, man. Chuck P. C-Ville's finest. But to you haters, call me your highness. Peace and love to all y'all, man. Peace and love to the whole fucking world, man. Fuck all this war shit, man. You need to try to diffuse that shit. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Usyk. Big shout out to the Klitschko's. Big shout out to Lomachenko. That motherfucker said, I ain't even about to worry about that shit, motherfucker. I'm in Greece. I'm in Greece, vacationing like a motherfucker. I'm in Greece. I know what the fuck they going through. And I'm going to tell you something. Lomachenko might catch a little hell about that shit. When he come home, don't let that motherfucker come home and everything done and the smoke been cleared. And motherfucker Usyk gonna go up to that motherfucker, ask him, well, where the fuck you been? Where the fuck was you at when we was in the midst of all the bullshit? You know, hey, man, Lomachenko better watch it because they putting the pressure on this little ass. What you got to say about the war, Lomachenko? What you got to say about all this bullshit going on between Russia and Ukraine? Man, that motherfucker Lomachenko got his sunglasses on, man, chilling in Greece. Chilling in Greece. I'll be talking more about that too, man, in the coming days. But hey, man, peace and love to all y'all, man. I'll catch y'all next week. Y'all already know what it is, man. Chuck P. C-Ville's Finest. I'm up out of here. Catch y'all, man. Enjoy those fights, man. And big shout out to my boy Armand Richard tonight. He should be going out there taking care of business, getting them right up out of there.